everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very good defense. The Seahawks are top 10 in fewest points allowed, and they'll be up against the Lions offense that wants to hang a big number on them.
All right, Larry, somewhat surprisingly, the rain has held off. Just overcast skies so far as you get a look inside CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. First carry for Amir Abdullah. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. A second down run for Abdullah. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. They go play action here on first down. Open man is Amara Darboh, complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Fresh set of downs here. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. A nice little juke. Oh, and now he bolts. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there's no such thing as a safe run, right? And right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. You got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
Here's Stafford now on second down. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks, and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
On first down, Abdullah. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's not going to get out of the end zone. Murray is taken down for the safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. 3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Now Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 7 yards to go on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Ebron caught left side. And a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on, man.
With desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. Here's Wilson. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. A Seahawk first down. Wilson to his big target, Graham.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now Wilson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And the pursuit that time was absolutely top-notch. He was looking to try and turn upfield somewhere. Kept trying to find a place. Somewhere never showed up.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. It's Wilson. And he's got his man. It's Darbo. 18 yards there and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Amara Darboh, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. They start the drive with Abdullah. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
They go with Abdullah again. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard, right near the 39. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Stafford now to throw. To connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Now it's Lockett. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is caught at the 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. 55 yards.
Not the tallest receiver on the field, but he just shouted to admit that the little guy can't go downfield and make a big-time catch on a deep pass because sometimes they'll just out-scrap you for the football.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. With a lot of the media, Charles, ourselves included, starting to prep those MVP ballots, you wonder if last week's performance, which he admitted was not very good, if that hurt him at all coming down the stretch.
Less than 50 yards on the ground in last week's game that you referenced, and let's face it, if he has another game like that, we'll erase him from the MVP discussion. He won't even be talked about anymore. He has to bounce back with 100-plus in this one in order to stay in that race.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And Forbath will put this one through, and they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. So I guess we'll call this a pitcher's duel so far. I think that was a 3-run homer there, and it makes it a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, what inning are we in? It's not the most common of score lines, but it's pretty indicative of the fact that we're in for a tight one.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Stafford. Throw left side taken in by Galladay. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. A toss to Abdullah. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
Well, when defensive coordinators game plan to put pressure on a quarterback, they often want to use blindside rushes, and that's exactly what they did there. The cornerback gets to him and drops him.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returnable for Lockett. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. Chargers have jumped out to an early lead over the Raiders. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Room to run inside the 40. Latavius Murray. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Latavius Murray with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And he puts it through to extend this thing to a 10-2 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. So out now come the Lions. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Malik McDowell coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been terrific so far. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you across the country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From midfield now. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to sling this deep down. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 40 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arm.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Latavius Murray with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. A handoff as they run the counter play. Finding room to the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Latavius Murray, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Forbath to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. There they begin the drive with a duel. And this This has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Play clock winding down. On second down, here's Stafford. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Time running out here on the play clock. Stafford on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. The play clock's running down. Just beating the play clock. Stafford. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. On third down, Stafford out to the flat for Reddick. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. So they will go for it. Stafford. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Elsewhere around the NFL, they're in the third quarter in Carson. Chargers have scored again, so they are really opening it up. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now they'll run it on the toss. Room here to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows his offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Now it's Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Graham. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 30 yards there.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Latavius Murray, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And his kick is right through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. To throw on 2nd down, Stafford. And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. He's got size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. On 1st down, it's Stafford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And now here's a carry heading left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Play action. Now Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now a first down throw. Stafford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Malik McDowell with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Looking to throw on second down. Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Stafford. He finds Riddick complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And Tate's got it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 16. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. On first down, Stafford here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Trucks over him. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Latavius Murray with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And Detroit getting set to go now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Again, it's Abdullah. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Stafford. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Lions now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now they'll run it on the toss. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Now a handoff looking right across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 4th now in Carson. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9